Hey guys, it's me Alisa, and I'm here today to do a request that I received via email. And sorry for the way that I look. I just recently woke up. Oh my god, there's a freaking fly in this room. And I went downstairs and I ate breakfast, and now I'm back upstairs in my natural habitat in bed. So this fly is really gonna bother me. Anyways, I'm gonna read the request and then I'm gonna get around to it, and I haven't read it yet, so I don't really know what to expect, but hopefully the advice comes out to be like, a beautiful mess like it always does. It says, "Hi Alisa, please keep anonymous, no problem. I love your videos, they have helped me through a challenging breakup. Thank you. You really do come across really warm and genuine. Thank you. Also, your hair is looking very long now." Yes, thank you. Freaking thank you. I promise it's actually longer than you think, because it's kind of naturally wavy, so it always looks shorter than it actually is. But that's not the point. I want to ask your opinion, please. She is 27 and I am 35. I was with my ex-girlfriend for 3 years, but we knew each other for 5 years overall. We were engaged and lived together for 9 months, during which she was not working, so I was looking after her. Oh my god, I can't handle all these noises. She has severe problems with self-esteem and a very pessimistic outlook. I always told her if she loved herself one tiny wee bit to the extent I love her, she would feel extremely insecure. That's so cute. Unfortunately, at the end of March, I figured out she had been trying to have an affair with a guy who was not interested in having a relationship with her. Okay, I do not like her. He didn't say that. I said that. I know she got physical with him once for sure. Oh my god. Inevitably, we split up in a very messy and traumatic way. We had not seen each other and spoke properly for about 6 weeks, during which I had received some very harsh and aggressive and cruel emails from her, in which she told me her getting out of the relationship was a lucky escape and that I was a loser and a disgusting person and she wanted her in my life. Okay, but she's the one who... Okay, I'm just gonna save my comments for the end. Pretty horrible end to a relationship during which I gave her so much love and affection and really tried to boost her up. We were extremely close, and it sounds weird, but I still feel so connected to her. The problem is I love her still, but what do I do with the love? I miss her like crazy, and I feel all of these last few months is sad, unfortunate, and total unnecessary. I want to reach out to her and see if she still feels the same way, but I know she is angry and upset, probably with herself more than anything, but also feeling a lot of regret for what she did, but who knows. I feel it is up to her to reach out and apologize if we are even to be in touch again, but I would really like to speak with her and see how she feels. What are your thoughts? Many thanks. Alright, so my advice might be a little bit biased because I have a very adamant outlook on when somebody is mistreated in a relationship. Personally, I think you deserve better, but of course, I'm gonna say that because you seem very sweet, and I don't know both sides of the story, but, looking on your side of the story, you do seem like a very good person who only had her best interest at heart, and she took advantage of that. She did. She cheated on you, which, oh my god, if someone cheats on you, I'm sorry to say it, but they don't love you. There's no excuse for it, because if you love someone, you never put yourself in a position to lose them, whether it's cheating on them or just anything. You don't put yourself in a position to lose that person, but she did. And not only did she cheat on you, but she kind of seemed to turn the tables on you and made you be the bad guy in the situation that she caused. You didn't do anything. Matter of fact, well, actually, I don't know. I do agree with you in the sense that she was sending the very harsh and aggressive and cruel emails, probably because she had that anger against herself. Maybe she was angry at herself, or she hated herself for what she did, therefore she was taking it out on you. But that's a huge problem. You said she's very pessimistic, or she's very negative and has a very dark outlook on life, or a pessimistic outlook on life. And she doesn't know how to handle her feelings. And for someone who's 27 years old, you'd think she would know how to do that. But she doesn't. She seems very immature, very uncultured, in the art of dating, I guess you could say. She doesn't know a good thing when she has it. And I'm guessing the reason why she was so aggressive with you, not only because she hated herself for what she did, but because the relationship with the other guy backfired. She probably was bored of your relationship. Girls do that. Unfortunately, every time a girl cheats, it's because she's bored of her relationship. So she was bored. She tried experimenting with someone new and it failed. Maybe that guy rejected her, or that guy didn't want her, or the guy, never called her back, or the guy never wanted to pursue anything. So therefore she was angry, not only with the guy, but with herself, because maybe she felt like she wasn't good enough for him, or she felt like she wasn't enough for him. So therefore she took that anger and manifested it onto you, which you do not deserve. You're carrying the load of her rejection from another guy. You're literally, by still loving her and by this temptation to talk to her, you're basically supporting her infidelity, and that's not okay. Look, okay, I'm just gonna keep breaking down the email to prevent myself from being too scatterbrained. She said getting out of the relationship was a lucky escape and that you're a loser. Look, like I said, she's very immature, and that's not something that I think you should deal with, because clearly it's stressing you out. And I know y'all been together for a very long time. You said 3 years to be together, but 5 years to know each other. That's a very long time. But however, time doesn't matter. If you have been cheated on, or if you have been disrespected, or if you have been put in a position where you are questioning everything because they just betrayed you so deeply, that's not love. It's not love, especially if she cheated on you. Like, she was looking for love somewhere else because she wasn't getting it from you. And it's not a problem of whether or not you're giving enough or not. It has nothing to do with the effort that you're putting in. It's her. She's not content with it for whatever reason. Therefore, she's looking for it somewhere else, and you're just, I use this metaphor a lot, you're just the home plate. You're just the thing that she runs back to. But, I mean, you said now you guys aren't really talking. You said the problem is that I still love her. What do I do with the love? Okay, what do I do with the love? You have asked the complete right person that question, because, I mean, if you've watched a majority of my videos, you would know that obviously for a very long time after the breakup, I still had extremely strong feelings for my ex-boyfriend. Like I was still in love with him for a very, very long time. And what do I do with the love? The thing is, you're not required to do anything with it. Sometimes you just have to let it live inside of you. I know that's sad, because love is such a powerful feeling. You want to give it to someone, you want to give it back to them, you want to just, because, love feeds the person that you're in love with, and the love that you have also feeds yourself. Love just, it's kind of like a fertilizer. It makes everything greener, and it makes everything healthy and grow. But sometimes the fertilizer just doesn't work anymore, and you just have to let it live inside of you, and eventually it does die out. Sometimes it doesn't die out. Sometimes you're always going to love someone, but you have to move on. Not because you don't love them anymore, but because you love yourself more. You would not be loving yourself by going back to her. You would not be loving yourself by giving her another chance after she clearly showed you that she doesn't love you anymore. After she clearly showed you that she's looking for someone else and she wants to pursue someone else. She showed that to you. So why are you trying to change her mind? You can't. What do I do with the love? You have to just let it live. For a long time I was like, I still love him. I have to do something with all these feelings. But there's a reason why I feel so strongly about him. But then I remembered, he hurt me. He hurt me. And it's completely normal for me to feel the way that I'm feeling. But all this love that I have inside of me is not going to go back to the person that broke me. It's going to go to a person it's gonna come to someone else who's willing to love me wholeheartedly, and who's gonna be good for my life. Like, I'm gonna take this love that I have and not give it back to my ex, but give it to someone new, and someone who's worthy of it, not someone who destroyed me. And that's the same outlook that you should have. She just sounds like I'm imagining a vampire in my head for some reason, like a very dark girl, like maybe like black hair and black clothes and like teardrops tattooed. I'm just kidding about that, but like a very dark and just, when I say emo, I don't mean like the typical like emo stereotype, but like a very emo girl. And that's not good for your life. It's not good for your soul. It's not good for your happiness to be with someone who is harassing you the way she is. She's emotionally harassing you. She's verbally harassing you. Like, it's not someone that you should be with. And I know that you love her, but it would be very, very, very cruel of yourself to allow her to come back to you. Very cruel. Very cruel, and you don't deserve that. And like I said in the last I posted a video, I think it was my second video ago, I don't know if that's the right wording, but like 2 videos ago I said, a sign of true love is altruism, or no, not, yeah, altruism, but that's not the point that I'm trying to make. Altruism and then loving yourself first. There's loving yourself first, and then there's altruism, which is putting others before you. You can put others before you and still love yourself more, as long as you have to maintain that balance. But that's like not the point. Loving yourself first is a sign of true love, because if you truly love someone, you say, look, I love you, but I love myself just as much, if not more than you, and that's something that you have to do. You're allowed to truly love her, that's fine, but you have to put yourself first. Otherwise, if you haven't noticed, people aren't guaranteed to stay. She didn't stay. She cheated on you. Like, she's not guaranteed to stay in your life, but however, you are. So who are you going to choose to love? The girl who messed you up and left you, or the person that you're forever going to be stuck with? You. The person that you're forever going to be stuck with is the person that you should choose to love more, because you can't leave your side. Every night you go to bed with yourself. Every morning you wake up with yourself. Every day you shower with yourself. Like, it sounds like so sexual, but it's true. Like, you are the only thing that you have, so you have to put yourself first, and you have to be with someone that makes you happy. And if you feel like, oh, I'm afraid I just can't find anyone, so that's why I still love her, well then that's just a leap of faith that you have to take. Everyone who decides to end a relationship goes through this consequential crisis of what if I can't find someone else? Well, I promise you, after every hurdle, after every obstacle, there is a prize. If you do the leap of faith by leaving her and by doing just this wonderful, amazing thing for yourself, the universe / God / whoever or whatever you believe will thank you, and you will be rewarded for it, whether it's her completely waking up one morning and deciding to be a new person and coming back to you and saying, look, I'm sorry for everything, I still love you, or if it's someone completely new. You're not going to know unless you pull the plug. But right now, it just sounds like you're trying to make it work if it's not meant to. You're trying to make it right when it's supposed to be wrong. So that's what I think about what do I do with the love. You have to let it live inside of you. That's just, it's sad, I know, because love is such an amazing feeling and we want to do a lot with it, but sometimes it's not meant to be given back to the person, but it's meant to be saved and given to the next person. You miss her like crazy. I feel all of these last few months are sad and unnecessary. I feel the same exact way. My ex and I have been broken up for 10 months, and sometimes I still feel like the breakup is unnecessary because we're meant to be together, but you have to remember, the right person isn't going to leave you emailing strangers on the internet asking, what do I do? That's not going to happen with the right person. You want to reach out. That's the thing. I know you want to reach out, and you might be tempted to, but I don't think you should. I think you were right when you said, I feel like it's up to her to reach out and apologize. It is 100% up to her to apologize, and don't make excuses for why she's not contacting you. She's 27, she knows how to type an email, she knows how to write a text, she knows how to write a letter, she knows how to drive to your house, she knows how to get in communication with you, but if she's not doing it, there's no excuses for it. If she's not doing it, that's your answer. Sometimes no sign is a sign, and if she's not giving you a sign, that's your sign. However, if you 100% absolutely feel like you need to contact her, maybe put in one last effort, one last attempt, and say, look, I want to talk. But that's the most extreme circumstance, literally plan Z, not plan A or plan B or plan C, plan Z. If you absolutely are cracking one night, but I promise you, the nights where you feel like you are cracking the most, you can get through them, and I'm speaking from experience. Even if you feel like you're seconds away from calling them or texting them, I promise it is 100% possible to just bite your tongue one more time and make it through. No matter how close you are, if you're milliseconds away from cracking, it is possible to still bite your tongue. I'm the master of it, I know, and you can do it too. But however, if you ever find yourself cracking, which I believe you can prevent that, if you ever find yourself cracking, it's okay to contact her once and say, I want to talk, but that's under the most extreme circumstances. If you're on your deathbed and you're twitching, I need to talk to her, then say, look, I want to talk. But let her do the talking. And if she's not willing to do the talking, that's your answer. She already messed up enough in this relationship, so don't get your hopes up. She might mess up again. I think, your heart's in the right place. You're a very nice person and you have really good intentions, but however, they're for the wrong person. I feel like you're way too good of a person for her. She's very dark and negative and dreary and gloomy, and she's ruining your life. And you're very I don't know, very sunshiny and happy and bright, and I think you need someone who is going to complement that and not extinguish your fire, but rather help you ignite it. So that's my outlook on it. But like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm very adamant on people being mistreated in relationships. So I think you should definitely keep biting your tongue, maybe focus on moving on. I know it's gonna be hard because y'all were together for a very long time, but I promise you it's completely possible. I actually wrote down a list because I'm a very visual person. I did use it to help someone else, but at the beginning of my freshman year of college, all of my friends had very long relationships. Now I'm beginning my sophomore year in college, and every single couple broke up. I literally wrote a list, and there's about 12 couples. They were together for years. The shortest relationship was a year, and the longest was 4.5 years. Every single one of them broke up. But however, half of them moved on. Half of them are out dating again. The other half are still trying to pick themselves back up, or pick the pieces back up. Oh, there's people talking with their outside. You know, it's the cycle of life. You date, you break up, you date, you break up, and one day you date and you marry. But then you might get a divorce. But hopefully that doesn't happen. But like, it's normal for relationships to end. And I know you feel like you still love her, but you have to ask yourself if you love the person, like if you actually love her, or if you just love that relationship and love having that security and like love having the title. Like, you have to think about what it is that you're actually missing. And you know, if it's the relationship and the title and just the love, then that can easily be replaced with time. But if it's the person, like I said, sometimes you just have to let the love die, or not die, but like live inside of you, and eventually if it's meant to be, it'll reflame itself. But if it's not meant to be, it will die out and it will manifest itself again for someone else. So I know it's hard, and there's not really like, you know, a quick fix to any of this, but there's not supposed to be. Otherwise, everybody would be free of pain and free of heartache. But unfortunately, I'm so sleep deprived, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it is inevitable, and there are no quick methods to dealing with this, but it's all about self-control. It's all about, you know, remembering like what it is you deserve and putting yourself first, because at the end of the day, you are all that you have. You're the person that you go to bed with every night. You're the person that you wake up with every morning. Like I said, you shower with yourself, you eat with yourself, everything. You're in your deepest, darkest thoughts with yourself. Like, you are your best friend, and nobody's gonna get as close to you as you will. So take care of yourself first, and everything else will fall into place. But that's pretty much all I gotta say. So thank you so much for the request. I really loved it. Please keep me updated. If I didn't hit like a point for you, or you're still unsure about something, please let me know and I will correct it. But until then, hope I did the best that I could, and if anyone else has any requests, you know where to find me. My information's down below. And just a reminder, I'm not a licensed professional, don't have my degree yet, I don't do this as a job. This is simply just a hobby, and I'm 19, not like a doctor or anything. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!